the loss of the family culture, and there's this part of me.
Robyn.
Yes.
Do you guys like Robyn?
Yeah.
Well, Robyn likes us.
We were beginning.
I'm actually really good at lying. That's the line. That's the moment. And yes, Robyn Brown actually said that on camera. Now, for anyone who's watched Sister Wives for years, that line doesn't just sting, it detonates. Because if you've been paying attention, Robyn has built an entire image around being the obedient one, the soft-spoken, crying on cue, just here to keep the peace favorite wife. But that one sentence, it rips the mask off. Because if she's good at lying, why, what else has she been lying about? Was she lying when she said she never wanted to be the favorite? Was she lying when she promised not to take more than her fair share of the family money? Was she lying when she claimed she was the one trying to hold the family together? Hi, friends. I'm Sarah, and welcome back to TLC Sister Wives Daily, where we break down the chaos, the heartbreak, and the shocking truths hiding in plain sight. And today's video, it's big. Because we're digging into the moment Robyn exposed herself, the behind-the-scenes patterns that finally make sense, and what this one line could really mean for the legacy of the Brown family. You don't want to miss a second of this, especially what's coming later in the video when we look at the real fallout from Robyn's manipulations. So before we dive deep, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Robyn's been lying all along, or is this just another moment being twisted? And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because here, we don't just watch the drama, we break it down. It wasn't a dramatic fight. It wasn't during a meltdown. It happened casually, like she was sharing a fun little fact about herself. Robyn was sitting there, calm and composed, and with a soft chuckle said, "I'm actually really good at lying." And then she smiled, like it was charming, like we were all in on the joke. Now this moment did. It happened in a high-stakes confrontation. It was in a confessional, a setting where fans have been trained to expect truth, where each wife takes turns peeling back the layers and being real. And Robyn? She chose that moment to drop a line that shook viewers to their core. Because this family didn't just build their identity on being polygamists. They built it on the foundation of faith, honesty, and unity. They invited cameras into their homes, their churches, their most sacred moments, all under the belief that transparency was part of their mission. So when Robyn, the righteous wife, the sweet one, the one always quoting scripture, flat out says she's good at lying, it sends a ripple effect through everything we thought we knew. Fans were furious, not because they were surprised, but because, for so many, it confirmed what they've suspected for years. That the tears might be manipulative, that the "I just want peace" routine might be strategic, that Robyn has been playing a very long game, and she just tipped her hand. And here's the emotional gut punch. Imagine someone you've trusted for years, someone who insisted they had your best interest at heart, smiling as they tell you they're a skilled liar. It doesn't just hurt. It makes you question everything. Was the whole thing a performance? Because that one line, it didn't just break trust, it broke the illusion. If you watched closely, it didn't happen overnight. Robyn didn't storm in and say, "I'm taking over." She smiled, cried a little, and quietly changed everything. At first, it looked innocent, maybe even respectful. She was the new wife, and she always said, "I just want to fit in." But behind the scenes, she was carefully, methodically drawing Cody closer and pushing the other wives out. One of the earliest cracks? Parenting. Robyn made it crystal clear she would raise her kids her way. No group parenting, no shared discipline. She told Christine, who'd raised a dozen kids in this chaotic, love-filled home, to back off when it came to her children. And Cody? He backed Robyn. Then came the time-sharing. Cody used to rotate between homes with a sort of balance. Not perfect, but at least fair. But once Robyn was in the picture, his schedule started to shift. He was suddenly needed at Robyn's house more often. There were always reasons, the younger kids, the emotional needs. But the result? Meri sat alone. Christine raised her kids alone. And Janelle, the woman who mothered everyone's children, began to watch the family she helped build splinter. Robyn quietly became the gatekeeper to Cody's time, his presence, even his emotions. She claimed to be the peacekeeper, but peace never looked like this, not when the other wives were feeling abandoned. And Janelle? This hit her hardest. She was the glue, the logistics queen, the one who made holidays work, who budgeted, who helped raise a village. To be pushed aside, to see Cody parenting only Robyn's kids, to watch him laugh, live, and be present in one home while disappearing from the others. That's not just painful. It's erasure. It's watching your life's work, your family, be redefined without your voice. And Robyn? She always said, I didn't ask for this. But the episodes, the choices, the results, they tell a different story. It wasn't just Robyn playing games behind the scenes. Cody handed her the playbook and watched the whole thing unfold. Over the years, we've seen Cody shift from trying to juggle time and attention between all four wives to outright neglecting everyone but Robyn. And the most painful part? He did it while pretending he was still being fair. But fans saw the truth, and so did the other women. Let's start with Meri, the woman he was married to the longest, the one who stood by him when they had nothing. He emotionally ghosted her, mocked her desire for reconciliation, and publicly embarrassed her with lines like, "We're not married, I don't want to buy," and married to her. And Robyn? She just sat there saying nothing, because silence was her strategy. It always made her look like the victim, even when she was winning. Then came Janelle. Cody actually told her, all on camera, to pick a side. Not, let's fix our marriage, not, how do we reconnect, but you're either with me and Robyn or you're against us. That was the moment many fans said they were done with Cody. Because how do you say that to the woman who raised the bulk of your children? And Christine? All she ever wanted was to be respected. But instead of listening, Cody weaponized her emotions. He called her selfish, accused her of betrayal, and twisted her pain into a storyline about loyalty. It's no wonder the entire foundation of trust in this family collapsed. Cody's words in the early seasons about unity, respect, and equality, they ring so hollow now. And through it all, Robyn sat beside him, calm and quiet, as the house he built crumbled under his double standards. The truth is, Robyn didn't have to destroy the family alone. Cody did most of the damage for her, one cruel decision at a time. Let's rewind to the early Flagstaff years. The Browns were supposedly chasing a better life, more peace, less stress. But instead, what they walked into was debt, disarray, and division. And, at the center of it all, Robyn and her mysterious money problems. Fans remember very clearly the moment Cody admitted on camera that Robyn had bad credit and couldn't get approved for a home loan. That wasn't just a red flag, it was a red siren. The woman who joined the family last somehow became the only one with a multi-bedroom, brand new house, paid in cash by the family. Meanwhile, Janelle was stuck in a rental, Meri was bouncing between Airbnbs, and Christine was quietly suffering in a home that was never truly hers. But it wasn't just the house. Viewers started noticing Robyn's spending habits, constant shopping, new accessories, furniture hauls, all while the family kept talking about being financially stretched. Janelle even broke down in tears at one point, saying she didn't know how she was going to make it. And Cody? He still defended Robyn's choices, saying the family needed to prioritize her stability. Then there was the infamous issue of Robyn changing her last name back to Sullivan when it came to certain financial records, including debts she had before joining the family. Why hide that? Why separate your legal identity if you're supposedly one united family? It all added up. Robyn's financial decisions weren't just expensive, they were isolating. She operated in secrecy while the other wives were expected to carry the burden. Over time, money became Cody's leash, a way to reward Robyn, punish the others, and maintain control. The Flagstaff move wasn't just a disaster logistically. It exposed the truth about where the loyalty and the money really lived. And for the rest of the family, that was the final betrayal. And here's where things get really twisted. Because while Robyn Brown has spent years performing for the cameras as the poor, misunderstood wife who just wanted a big, happy family, her actions tell a very different story. We've all seen the tears, the endless crying, the shaky voice, the long pauses, the dramatic sighs. I just wanted sister wives. I wanted a big family. I didn't want to be the favorite. That line became her entire identity. A victim of circumstance. A woman caught in the storm, supposedly trying her best. But when you look at the footage, really look at it, the patterns become undeniable. Let's start with her relationship with Meri. Now, Meri was desperate for connection. She had already been emotionally abandoned by Cody, and Robyn knew that. But instead of offering warmth, Robyn kept her at arm's length. There were a few shallow attempts at sisterhood, a lunch here, a compliment there, but nothing consistent, nothing meaningful. And in the scenes where Meri seemed to reach out, Robyn either shut it down or ignored it. Then there's Christine. Christine was literally crying out for help as her marriage fell apart. But did Robyn step in? No. She didn't defend her, didn't comfort her, didn't challenge Cody when he began treating Christine with cold detachment. Robyn stayed quiet. She always does. And her silence said everything. And Janelle, who had arguably done the most to raise the family, was left out in the cold too. Robyn never supported her efforts to maintain a collective household. She wanted things her way, in her home, on her terms. The woman who said she wanted unity actually refused any real blending. She never allowed truly shared parenting, avoided group decision-making, and slowly became the gatekeeper of Cody's time, money, and loyalty. So no, this wasn't about being misunderstood. This wasn't some tragic miscommunication. This was a strategy. Robyn played the victim while pulling every string behind the scenes. She knew exactly what she was doing. Because it's one thing to be misunderstood, it's another thing entirely to manipulate everyone around you, then cry on camera so no one dares to question it. Let's not sugarcoat it. Robyn Brown did not join a broken family. She joined a complex functioning one and helped dismantle it from the inside out. When Robyn entered the Brown family, Meri, Janelle, and Christine weren't without their issues. But they were a unit. They shared meals, responsibilities, and raised kids together like a true collective. There was emotional strain, yes, that comes with plural marriage. But there was also deep, lived-in commitment. And then came Robyn, smiling through every blessing and thank you, while quietly separating each wife from Cody, one layer at a time. Meri ended up completely isolated, the legal wife who signed over her status for Robyn's benefit and received nothing but silence in return. Christine, dismissed, emotionally starved, and belittled for wanting equal respect. Janelle, the glue of the household, watched her children be neglected while Cody holed up in Robyn's rented castle. And for what? Now Robyn sits on camera in later seasons with crocodile tears, lamenting, "I just wanted sister wives," while the rest of the family lies in ruins behind her. It's not just the betrayal, it's the gaslighting. Robyn wants us to believe that the breakdown was inevitable, that Cody just drifted from the other wives, that she was merely a bystander, when the footage shows otherwise. Fans see it. They remember the early days, the group vacations, the family meetings, the chaos, yes, but also the unity. What hurts the most isn't just the lies she told the family. It's the way she continues to lie to us. This family didn't fall apart all on its own. It was pushed, and Robyn was one of the hands doing the pushing. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Sarah, and this is TLC Sister Wives Daily. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Robyn broke the family, or was it always headed this way? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we're not done telling the truth. Not even close.